What's up, guys? It's your favorite country boy here, Champ 1085. You know what? I'm gonna start over. What's up, guys? It's your favorite country boy here, Prototype. You like how I like that? Because Prototype's my new gamer tag now. A lot of people knows me as Champ, and a lot of my old teammates still call me Champ, but whatever. Apologize about you got to actually see my Xbox lag at the beginning of this commentary. Apologize about that. No, I was not getting hit offline, or I did not do some weird editing or anything of that nature. It just was natural. But bringing you some gameplay, SnD, and I know I said I didn't like to upload SnDs because they tend to get kind of long, and this one was like 12 minutes long or something. But I went off in this one, and it's just another way to kind of showcase my team, and you're gonna kind of see me in this. I flip through and stuff like that in the times that I die, and I try and find my teammates, but I didn't have the ticker pulled up at first, so it was hard for me to find my teammates. So then about middle ways through this, I'm going to pull up the ticker so I can know who I'm spectating at all times. So, because, I don't want to showcase the enemy team. I wanted to showcase my team and show how proud of them I was. But this is a 3v3 GB. Our fourth had gotten off for tonight. And it was this rush right here that I just did. I'm going to explain this in detail in just a few minutes about this rush. I learned it from Rambo. It is one of the greatest. But anyway, I wanted to showcase my team and show how good they done and everything else. And I ended up going excuse me, I got the hiccups. I ended up going 13-8 in this. And another reason too I wanted to kind of upload this is because I got a little bit of trash talk today. Guy tried to call me out, and then we scrimmed him 2v2, and I didn't want to upload any of those scrims because we won every single map, but he was playing with a guy that I still consider my buddy. I didn't want to make my buddy look bad or anything of that nature, so but just because I can't be friends with the guy that was talking trash doesn't mean that my buddy can't be friends with him. So, and it doesn't mean I can't be friends with my buddy. So, but either way, we actually got off to a pretty shaky start on this. We went down. We won 3 rounds, and then they had won 5 rounds, and then we ended up actually coming back and winning. And a couple of topics I was going to talk about in this commentary. First off being everybody that takes, they start up a GB team, they're new to competitive, and they start up a GB team, and they want to get in some practice and want to kind of get into the competitive scene, and then they get matched up against people that end up with 2Ks or 1K ranking and stuff like that. All of that is fine. But these guys, I just wanted to let you know, the reason why I uploaded this video is because every single one of these guys were less than a 1K. We ended up beating them. They ended up disputing, and I got the win for it, obviously, because I had the proof that we won. But so I just wanted to say, these guys are beatable. I mean, half the time, I don't even care about my GB rank. I mean, in Modern Warfare 3, I was giving away free wins at one time. People challenged me to a singles, and I would just, I'd accept their singles match, and then I'd just give them a free win. So I don't really even care about my GB rank. It's all about LANs and tournaments and stuff, and that's where you really get known at. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's people like Nex, Bezo, stuff like that they play a lot of GB tournaments, and a lot of people know them. And I'm not saying that you can't get known on GBs, but you just can't take this online ranking thing too seriously. I mean, it's nice and all to be below a 20K. I mean, it's nice and all to be top of the leaderboard. I know Bezo's been number 1 on GBs for quite some time now. I'm not sure how he is now that it's reset, or they reset the stats. I'm not sure if they reset his or they kept his or what the deal was, but those low rankings don't mean anything. I mean, just because you're 1K on GB, it doesn't mean that you're a good player. And obviously, and the reason why I'm telling you that is because these guys right here, even though they're low ranking and they probably play GB, SnD all the time for COD games, they are not good competitive players. This these guys right here, I mean, if you notice, almost every single defensive round we play, I rush right into Plaza and I throw that smoke that Rambo told me, and then I run right through the smoke, and I usually pick up a kill. Almost every single round that I pick up a kill. So, you know, these guys, they didn't catch on very good. If there had been a competitive team in a tournament, that would have worked for one round. After that, it wouldn't have worked anymore. But for these guys, it was working almost every single time. So, you know, I kept doing it. And that was the only game right there, the only round right there that I didn't get a kill in, and when I smoked it on defense. Now, there was one more round that's coming up that I don't get a kill in. But, you know, but either way. So these guys were not used to the competitive scene. They have not played a lot of online tournaments. They don't have that thinking. They're thinking these guys were right here were the ones that are beatable on GBs, but because nobody on my team had a really low ranking, they just assumed that they got to win automatically. And, you know, and that's what you can never take away from your opponent. You can never assume that your opponent is, you know, weaker than you are in any game mode. As anybody seen this past weekend in UMG, Complexity got knocked down into the losers bracket in the second round or the third round by Soar. Soar was an amateur team. I do apologize if you hear that in the background. That's my fire pager going off at 4:40 in the morning. They decide to test pagers, or they decide to test systems. So I'm sorry if you hear that. I do apologize. I'm not going to start this over just to end that out, but to edit that out or whatever. But Soar was an amateur team. They're still considered amateur, although I think they took like 5th or 6th. I know they finished top 8 in UMG. And actually, no, it stopped. Okay, it was getting on my nerves, so I know it's going to get on your guys' nerves. But they ended up knocking Complexity into the losers bracket. Now Complexity did come back, and they ended up having to win 2 best-of-5 series to beat Optic, because Optic stayed in the winners bracket, and they won the first best-of-5, and then they lost the second best-of-5 with the most epic comeback that I've ever seen in my life. You know, Optic, they were down in a hard point on hijack by like 40 or 50 points, and anybody that is good at hard point knows that coming back from 40 or 50 point being down that much on hijack is extremely hard, and Optic come back to win it with just like a few seconds in between, like no more than 5 seconds, and I mean it was a nail biter, and then they just got the momentum from that, and they just kept right on trucking right after that. But so yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. Like, you know, people overlook teams, and you can never overlook any team. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know if these guys were taking it serious the first few rounds or what they were doing, but we got a few wins under us, and a few round wins under us, and then we ended up winning this map, and we just had the momentum, and we had the, you know, the want, the drive, the will to want to go and play these next few maps. Like I said, I know I've been uploading a lot of hardpoint lately, but I really wanted to upload this game the other day that me and my team done played. It was on this map, Plaza. It was hardpoint. We went down, like, I think the enemy team out of the first hardpoint got everything but 13. Out of the first 2 hardpoints got everything but 13 seconds. So we were down, you know, roughly 107 points, 110 points, something like that. It ended up coming back and winning it 250 to 242. It was so intense. It was such an intense match, such a good match. I mean, my team was doing what they needed to do. The other team was doing what they needed to do, and I wanted to give you guys that gameplay because it was such an exciting gameplay. I mean, to me, SnD is still always one of the most exciting to watch, but because it comes down to those clutch moments and those clutch plays. But that hardpoint was the most exciting hardpoint that I ever played in my life. I mean, you know, and I say in my life, but hardpoint's only been in COD for, you know, this game, but it was King of the Hill in Halo, and I did used to play Halo, so that's where I'm getting my lifespan from, I guess, is what I should say. But either way, yeah, it was one of the most exciting gameplays I'd ever played in. Everybody was, I mean, we were playing well as a team. We never lost composure, even when we went down that much. It was just, hey, come on, let's pick this up, let's pick this up. And that team was pretty much probably overlooking us, and we ended up bringing it back and winning. And so that, you know, that's another one of those things. You can never count out teams. You can never count out the underdogs. I mean, people play these teams and or you know, people play and then they get cocky and then they lose, and all it takes is one round, one turn of events for a team to start building momentum. And a lot of times when teams get hot like that and they're building momentum, they're hard to stop. They're very, very hard to stop. But so, you know, that's pretty much kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I mean, I was going to touch on the nade shot Ake's confrontation at the end of UMG, but there's no need to. I mean, it's water under the bridge. We just need to let it go. I mean, you know, everything was heated and it was fought on both sides. I mean, there's, you know, so we just kind of need to let it go. But in this round right here coming up, this is the last round, so I'm going to have to make it quick. This round, it ends in like 15 to 20 seconds pretty much. I'll rush in here and get a two-piece to end this round. So with that being said, guys, I'm just going to kind of end it out now. So, you know, that's been me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a favorite. YouTube, I see you when I see you. Have a good day.